I drove from the Dolomite region in Italy from a small city. It was a city near Bolzano in Italy. It took about 4 hours to reach an amazing fairy tale like place in Slovenia. This is Bled in Slovenia. It feels like a picture perfect postcard that has been brought to life in the heart of Slovenia, where history and legends echo across the tranquil waters of its pristine lake, which is Lake Bled. This is Bled in Slovenia. It feels like a picture perfect postcard that has. High above the lake is the Bled Castle, the oldest in Slovenia. Its walls are rich with history, offer a panoramic vista that stretches into the horizon. And within its ancient walls, the castle's museum presents a treasure trove of artifacts. Each piece is whispering multiple stories of the past. I drove from Zagreb in Croatia for about 3.5 hours, I guess, to the city that is often referred to as the Pearl of the Danube. This is Budapest, which is Hungary's vibrant capital, where history and modernity kind of dance along the banks of the majestic Danube River. Actually, Buda and Pest are two different parts of the city. So, spanning the Danube, the historic chain bridge connects the Buda and the Pest, two distinct cities that are unified into a metropolis rich in culture and architectural beauty. So, some of the Bollywood movie fans may remember this bridge from the movie Hum Dil De Chuke Sanam with Aishwarya Rai, Ajay Devgan, and Salman Khan. You can go up the hill on the Buddha side of the city and go up to the Buddha castle for a step back in time and the panoramic views of the entire city. It's a perfect spot to witness the blend of Gothic, Baroque, and the neoclassical styles. In the Pest side of the city, the pulse of the city beats loudly, like you can stroll down Andrassy Avenue to experience Budapest's chic boutiques and cafe, catch a good quick dinner and lunch. Or as the night rolls in, you can cruise down the Danube and look at Budapest with a different kind of charm and dynamic spirit. So it invites you to discover its secrets by day or night. This city, it really promises to enchant and inspire anyone who is sort of a history buff. I drove from Split to Dubrovnik, about 230 kilometers. A beautiful drive that goes along the Adriatic coastline and passing the borders of Bosnia and Herzegovina multiple times as you drive through this coast. Dubrovnik is Croatia's crown jewel on the Adriatic coast, a city of stone and light, famous for its historic city walls and also the filming location for King's Landing. If people are Game of Thrones fans or the series, you will recognize this as King's Landing from the series. Strolling along inside the walls of the city, you get to experience the unparalleled views of the old town. And also, as soon as you reach the city walls, you'll be able to enjoy the endless blue of the Adriatic Ocean. Within these ancient walls, there is lively cobblestone streets and baroque buildings, each corner and alley that is teeming with tales of the past and the present. So, here in King's Landing of the Game of Thrones, you can walk the same paths as your favorite characters, standing on the very steps of the great Sept of Baelor as well. Dubrovnik is indeed a timeless fortress by the sea. It invites you to discover its legends and landscapes. Here, every stone tells a story of power, intrigue, and beauty, and no wonder it was the filming location for Game of Thrones. We drove from Amasra on the Black Sea coast to Safranbolu, which is about 92 kilometers. Safranbolu is an amazing place in the mountains, and this place is a good one to explore the well-preserved Ottoman style architecture with red tiled roofs and the cobblestone streets. As you step into Safranbolu, this city immediately transports you centuries back with its impeccable preservation of the Ottoman era architecture and the overall culture. This city is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, so Safranbolu's charm lies in its hundreds of preserved buildings, each telling tales of their own of a bygone era when caravans traveled through the Silk Road. The surrounding mountains are known for cultivating saffron that will remind you of similar places like Kashmir in India. The name Saffron Bolo itself is named after this precious spice. Although when we went to this place it was not the harvest season, but the city celebrates its annual harvest with festivals that attract visitors from all around the world. We drove from San Miguel Allende to Ilitla, about 320 kilometers, a very curvy and winding road through the Sierra Gorda Mountains. In the midst of Ilitla's lush mountainous landscape, there lies the whimsical structures of Las Posas. Las Posas is a surreal garden that is born from the imagination of an eccentric artist. The Las Posas gardens were created by Edward James. He was a British poet and artist. So Las Posas in the Spanish translates to the pools. So this is a fantastical garden that sprawls across 80 acres, and towering concrete sculptures blend with natural waterfalls and pools. It rains almost every day here, so there is a lot of moss and vines. There is blending of natural elements with man-made art. That's what makes it surreal. Here, art and nature intertwine in an extraordinary dance of surrealism and beauty. As the winding staircases, they lead to nowhere, and exotic plants frame every path. Located about 190 kilometers from Ljubljana in Slovenia and proceeding into Croatia, right in the heart of Croatia, there is a magical gem of a place, Plitvice Lakes National Park. This is a natural wonder and a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It has been cherished for its beauty, breathtaking beauty. There are about 16 interconnected lakes cascading into each other through a series of waterfalls and streams. The color of water and light creates a living tapestry of colors. They change from deep turquoise to vibrant green to azure blue, and all of these are influenced by minerals and the shifting sun. There are countless cascades and that are connecting the lakes in a continuous flow. Each waterfall has its own beauty. The visitors can actually walk along the wooden bridges and trails that meander through the lush forests, and it is all beside the sparkling waters and under the shades of the ancient beech and the fir trees. The water is so clear that the fish are visible in these waters. Plitvice is a haven for those seeking total serenity. It's a masterpiece that is sculpted by nature, and you can immerse yourself in its timeless beauty.